Helping Seniors of Brevard. Let's get things underway. Here's the Executive Director and the host of Helping Seniors of Brevard, Kerry Fink. Hi, Kerry.
Hi, John Harper. Thank you. And here we are. It's lunchtime Wednesday. Beautiful day in the Space Coast area. And welcome to Helping Seniors Radio on 90.3 FM, WEJF. And welcome also, a special welcome to those of you listening online at WEJF.net. We're going to have a good, fun show today. We sort of titled this basically something along the lines of enjoying your best life. Jennifer Helin, who is our guest today, and also Dr. Kevin Kilday, we were just talking before we went on the air about, there's a lot of fatigue out there with, we've been through a lot of stuff. You got COVID, you're watching the news, maybe stuff is upsetting to you. There's just all kinds of stuff out there, right, Jennifer?
There's a little bit too much, and I think we're hanging in there, but we're all a little bit tired of it.
And I was thinking it's very easy. For me, I'm always a glass half full person because I don't really see any profit in being a glass half empty person, right? It doesn't really do anything. I think it's even maybe biblical about how does worrying add one. It doesn't do anything for you. So one of the things I was thinking as we were talking about, we said, let's call this show Living Your Best Life Today. And so because that's really what Helping Seniors as an organization is really about when you think about it, right? When Joe Steckler founded Helping Seniors 10 years ago, after he established all the good work of the Brevard Alzheimer's Foundation, they still call them the Joe's Clubs today, what he built with that. But he said, I remember when I first met Joe, and he said, one of the things is, he goes, having worked on memory care issues and helping people, he goes, there's a lot of work to do. He said, but that's not the only issue that seniors face. And we need an organization that can help people really, wherever they're at, whatever the circumstance they're facing, is do the best that they can for them during that.
Absolutely. Getting through the rough spots, but making sure that we're living a very, like you said, positive, living our best lives right now. Right.
And so our guests today, you guys are both really just perfect to hit this topic, because Jennifer Helin is the owner-operator for many years now and long time friend of the Helping Seniors nonprofit organization of Seniors Helping Seniors of Brevard. And I wish I had a nickel for every time somebody confused these two names. What we do is, for 10 years, we've operated the county senior information helpline, that free call at 321-473-7770, 321-473-7770. And we provide I call it senior navigation. We're helping people just get through the business of being a senior. But you guys also, at Seniors Helping Seniors, you do two things. You hire seniors and you help seniors in their home. And talk a little bit about that.
Yes. So we hire beautiful, caring, compassionate, outgoing, energetic seniors, typically people who've retired. They fold around a little bit, and then they want to do something that they feel really good about. And we match them with seniors who need a little bit of help. So it works really well. And because of that, I get to see the seniors who are staying social and active and energetic. One of my caregivers just went up to upstate New York for his 65th high school reunion, which is pretty cool because my dad's in upstate New York right now, and he just went to his 65th high school reunion. So I love those stories of people staying active and engaged, and being a really great example of what we all need to do to be healthy and to be happy.
Yeah, and that's Joe has always talked about. He calls it elements of care, and what he means is getting the right level of help at the right moment. And he always talks about, you guys are the right people to bring in at that first level when people are starting to make that adjustment. So it's all part of that whole living your best life. And I was thinking also for Dr. Kevin Kilday, another longtime friend of the Helping Seniors organization, what you do with holistic health. You run Holistic Health Center here along the Space Coast and are meeting with people literally all over the county, and you're helping them find ways to you really kind of specialize in several different areas. I know pain, helping people through pain is a big deal. You help people with cancer therapies and protocols, and you also help people with addiction recoveries. You have actually quite a background in that. But one of the things that you've been lately really on a good bandwagon about is helping people get through all these questions we have about COVID.
Yes, COVID is a it's a very tough illness, and it's a very tough even if you have long-term symptoms from it, which I also been researching quite a bit the last few months. It's called long COVID,
right?
And it's about 10% of the people who had COVID, are experiencing these long-term symptoms. And the medical industry is just, it's a medical phenomenon because each person has different symptoms, and these could be, brain fog or chronic aches and pains like fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, so this is, this is something I've been researching quite a bit and researching, the natural products that would help with those symptoms. But about 10, it's probably about over 10 million people in this country are probably suffering from long COVID.
Unbelievable. Well, so what we're going to talk about today, again, we titled the show "Living Your Best Life" today, and one of the things we're going to talk about an article that you'll be publishing fairly soon called "Maximize Your Immune System to Prevent COVID." And Jennifer, I thought we would talk about maximizing, basically. Everything that you can do at home. There's a lot of things that you guys do, and then I'm going to use it I'm going to take a license to talk a little bit about some fun things later in the show. There's so much stuff going on with the car raffle. It's really getting exciting now because we're getting almost to that time. October 9th is not that many weeks away, and somebody is going to get keys to a brand new car. It's also not that many weeks away to the Helping Seniors Cruise, and there's a lot of good things going on. And we were talking before we got on the air here. You hear so much about COVID, and you hear about all the challenges, and it's really hard these days to get information that doesn't feel political one way or another. It doesn't matter which side you're on. If you're just looking for information, it's hard to figure that out. And I think that's part of the malaise that everybody is feeling these days. But one thing that the Brevard County has been publishing lately is hospitalizations in Brevard County, and it's a very they say a picture is worth 1,000 words sometimes, and I think this graphic is really worth taking a look at. We posted it out on the Helping Seniors, or reposted it, I guess is the technical term. We reposted this out on the Helping Seniors website, and this is from I guess this is a day or so back, but this was August 23rd. And what they do in this graphic is they have two sides. They show a little icon for each person that is hospitalized in green, and they say these are the people who are fully vaccinated who are in the hospital system here in Brevard County. And then on the other side of the graphic, in a little red icon, they have the number of people who are hospitalized who have not been vaccinated for COVID. And I don't know or really even think it's all that relevant which side of the equation you sit on, except just look at the fact and make a decision. So the statistic from the 23rd, Dr. Kevin, I don't think I was showing this to Jennifer just before the show. Do you know how many people who are fully vaccinated in Brevard County who are in a hospital on the 23rd?
A very low amount. None?
No, well, that would be amazing. We're not quite that well off yet, but the number it's less than it's literally 24. Wow. So how many people live in Brevard County? And they say roughly half of us, or a little more, are vaccinated. Mm-hmm. And so for all that and for all the hullabaloo, we have 24 people hospitalized because of COVID. Now let's look at the other side of the equation. How many fully vaccinated? And remember, that means you could have had one shot, or it hasn't been the 2 weeks and all that kind of stuff. So it doesn't mean you didn't do something. It just means you're not considered fully vaccinated yet. How many people?
Probably 90%.
It's actually much more than that. 431. So I can't do this math in my head, but if you have 431 in a hospital who are non-vaccinated versus 24 who are in the hospital because of COVID who are fully vaccinated, that ought to tell you something about get the vaccine, right?
Well, I got a good friend of mine, Larry M., that is now in his going on his 4th week in Palm Bay Hospital.
Yeah, if you get this COVID,
he's in his late 60s, but he was in very good health. Took a lot of supplements. Always been a very active guy. A ballroom dancer and everything else, and very physically fit. And he's going on week number 4. He's been in Palm Bay Hospital. I mean, he's getting better. Nothing life threatening, but they just can't get his numbers
where they
right, where he needs, where he can get released and go back home.
Yeah. So and we have all known people who didn't make it through COVID, right?
Right.
I just found out on Friday that I lost a friend, a business friend.
Oh, dear Lord.
Just turned 50.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So that's heartbreaking. We don't want to see that happen to anybody.
No, and so here's the thing. Why would you not take the vaccine? We just talked about the statistics. I don't care who you voted for or any of that stuff. Those statistics are those statistics. 24 people in a hospital with COVID out of almost 700,000 people in Brevard County. And what is that number? Is that I can't even do the math in my head. 431 against 24.
Well, I know I've been watching the Health First. They're doing a daily update on their Facebook page, and it ranges from 96.1% up to 99.1%
of the people who
are in the hospital are not vaccinated.
So let's talk about this. Do you have to pay for the vaccine? No. It's free. Well, I mean, you paid for it someplace in your tax dollars, but I'm saying you don't get a bill for it. They're not going to say, well, let me see your insurance. There's not a copay. It's free. You don't have to wait in a line. Most places are like, walk up, we can take care of you right now. So it's not like this is a big hassle. There are people who will come out to your home to admit it. I think some of the fire departments, I have a program where they'll come to your home if you're not able to go out.
Right.
They do.
Yeah. And I've heard the argument like, well, I don't know if it's safe because it hasn't been FDA approved. Well, just this week, Pfizer was FDA approved, and they're telling us that the other vaccines are like falling right in line right after that, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
I think people just don't realize how contagious this Delta variant is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of wrong information out there that, COVID is just a bad cold. No, it's not a bad cold. It can kill you.
Yeah.
A bad cold won't kill you, but COVID will.
Yeah.
And
I think this is a real reason. So if you're going to have a good life and you're going to enjoy the life you have, and that's one of the things Joe has always talked about is you got to start from wherever you're at. Unfortunately, different people have different levels of where they are on health care and different requirements, but you still got to do. Our pastor had a great saying that I've always hung on to. He would say to even a terminal patient, "What are you going to do with the time you have left?" So let's do something. Let's enjoy what we're trying to do. And so, Jennifer, when I want to swing back around, let's talk a little bit about seniors helping seniors. We know one of the toughest things for seniors is isolation. Even once they figured out, like, okay, if we do CDC protocols, right, we stay socially distanced, we wear our masks, we hopefully get our vaccinations, we do all the right things, we can stay medically safe from COVID. But then we have this isolation problem, and that's really, I think, what Seniors Helping Seniors addresses both sides of what you do.
Absolutely. And we did see a lot of that last year where everything, was shut down and nobody was going out, nobody was letting anyone in. And we had deaths associated with that isolation too. So it's really important to have a balance. And I think, that's what we're talking about today is making sure, yes, we are being safe, but also having a balance for our social and emotional well-being.
Right.
So we do send people out. In fact, I just talked to a daughter this week. Mom lives with them. They both work. And so she's home alone all day and she's depressed. And will be coming in 1 or 2 days a week at lunchtime, making sure she's eating, because when you're depressed, you don't eat. So that causes issues too. So we'll be, making sure that she's eating. We'll sit down and eat with her. We'll bring her own lunch, and so we'll have some social time there, and then do some projects, play games, just keep her spirits up. Yeah, and that's so important.
And it works both ways, because I think for a lot of the people who choose to go to work and help you in the work of seniors helping seniors, this is also kind of combating some isolationism, right? Because they know that they're getting through giving.
Oh, absolutely. I had a caregiver send me a really lovely card about a month or two after she had started working with us, and she said, I almost feel guilty because I think I'm getting more out of it than I'm giving. So that really, you feel better when you're doing something for others.
Now, you guys have always been state of the art. I know one of the things you guys have is you have I think it's called the electronic caregivers system, which is a really cool thing that helps seniors stay safe. And in fact, I want to encourage you, if you're not familiar with that, we did a TV show on the Helping Seniors TV network just about that topic. But it's pretty cool because it can help keep you in communication with people on like a whole level of things. But since we're really kind of talking about the human aspect of it today, what I'm surprised that people don't often know is all the different things that you can get help with through Seniors Helping Seniors. So, like, while it's not medical or that part of it, there are we've talked about nutrition, we've talked about handyman, we've talked about transportation. Talk about some of the things that people give you a call for help with.
So we help with the transportation to doctor's appointments, grocery stores, out social, just to take a ride. And that was a big deal last year when everything was shut down.
Right.
We would just take a ride and sit on the beach, go over to the river, just to get out of the house. We all had cabin fever. So just to get out. Meal preparation, light housekeeping, organization, depending on if there's a little bit of dementia, it's common for us to come in and the family will ask us all of that junk mail. Get rid of that, please.
Right.
And if you have a senior, if you are a senior, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You will get a ton of offers to send money. I check my mom and dad's mail while they're gone over the summer when they're up in New York. And I laughed. I was just talking to her yesterday or the day before. I said, well, you've made 50 cents from the March of Dimes. You have they will never, ever have to buy an address label. Ever. They've got so many address labels. Yeah. They get postcards, Post-it notes to send out, cards, greeting cards, notepads. I mean, it's amazing. I stand in the garage at the car, and I just go through all the junk and put it right in the recycling bin because they get so much of it. And so we'll do that at Seniors Helping Seniors so that the senior just has to deal with what's actually important.
And that's another point is we've done shows together about senior scams and things like that. And, particularly during COVID times when maybe adult kids lived elsewhere and because of travel restrictions, they couldn't get down to visit mom or dad like they normally would. They were finding they were really relying on you, Seniors Helping Seniors, to make sure that everything was going okay. Because you guys are kind of like boots on the ground and making sure, things are going the right direction. And also, you're observing trends too, right?
Right. We're eyes and ears. We had a call today from one of our caregivers. I'm a little concerned. This is what I'm seeing. This is a trend. So we were immediately on the phone with the daughter. This is what's going on. We think maybe there's a UTI. We're thinking maybe he's not on enough oxygen, even though we're not medical. We're there and we observe. So we can follow up with the family and then they can follow up with the dad and the doctor to make sure that he is properly being taken care of. Because normally he's a really nice, loving, funny gentleman, and all of a sudden he is super grouchy, which is not normal for him.
Well, and we've talked about this, even like I was thinking about meal prep and things like that. You and I had a conversation before that, a lot of times seniors, because I remember Kim getting calls during the thick of COVID, that she would get calls from people and they were asking for help, interestingly enough, about food, but not for them. they were more concerned, well, how am I going to feed my little dog? You know, and they were really worried about that. So we know so many seniors, their hearts are big. They will sacrifice everything and not eat for themselves. But that's really kind of like, you know, the first rule of caregiving is you got to look out for yourself. Otherwise, you can't help anybody else, right?
Right.
And so my question to you was, I remember saying, like, you know, how often does somebody drop off, I don't know, some sandwiches from some fast food place and they sit in the refrigerator and the senior just eats every so often, and yet you guys are able to help create a nutritious menu, get it all set up. They can use it over time. It's not like somebody has to come in every day and things like that.
Right. And one of the things that we do while we're there is we sit down and eat with them. And it's been proven, research has shown that if you sit with someone with dementia and eat with them, they will eat more.
Wow.
So we do a lot of observations too of is what we're doing effective, and are they eating that sandwich in the fridge? Because a lot of times you can bring them a half a sub, and that half a sub will still be there 3 days later. They haven't touched it. Oh, I forgot.
Exactly.
So we really need to watch that, and that's one of the things that we do is to try to make sure that we're putting procedures into place so that they are eating. They're eating when we're here. We're wrapping up that sandwich instead of it being in a container that you don't really know what it is. Mm-hmm. We're putting on a plate with maybe a little potato salad, and they're wrapping it with saran wrap so they can see, oh, that's my lunch. Yeah. It's very visual.
Yeah.
And then leaving a note, hey, lunch is in the fridge.
Oh, that's
or
good.
Dinner's in the fridge, whatever the case may be. So there are a lot of little tips and tricks that we've learned throughout the years to make sure that people are eating even when we're not there.
See, I love what you guys do from the standpoint. It goes with, you know, it's like Joe's point is, why don't you ask somebody who's been down the road before, because it will help you on your aging plan. You guys have so much experience and knowledge. How do people get in touch with you? What's the best way? I know you guys are very generous with your time. You're willing to come out, sit down, talk with a family and say, this is maybe what would work for you. How do people get in touch with you?
Please give us a call at 321-722-2999. And again, that's 321-722-2999. And of course, we're on the web. We're on Facebook.
Yeah. Actually, we just reposted something you guys have put out on your Facebook. Great information about staying hydrated. And you guys are not only, you really care for seniors. And that we're talking with Jennifer Helin with Seniors Helping Seniors of Brevard. So do give them a call and find out about what either what they can do for you at home, or maybe it's a great place for you to go to work if you are a senior and you want to give back a little bit. And so we're going to take our mid-show break. We're going to come back and we're going to talk with Dr. Kevin Kilday. We've got information on the second half of the show about maximizing your immune system to prevent COVID. So good information on Helping Seniors Radio this week.
You're listening to Helping Seniors of Brevard. Let's get back to the show. And here's your host, the Executive Director of Helping Seniors of Brevard, and your host, Kerry Fink. Kerry?
Hey, thank you, John. That sounds so like official and important. But anyway, thank you. Welcome back to the second half of Seniors Helping. Now I'm going to do it, Jennifer.
Kerry's fired.
Helping Seniors of Brevard. We're doing the Helping Seniors radio show right here on 90.3 FM WEJF. And thanks again we're welcoming back our online listeners at WEJF.net too. And so we actually titled today's show, Living Your Best Life Today, which, you know, when you watch the news, it can be upsetting, and you hear all the COVID stuff, it can be upsetting, and then you feel isolated, and it can be upsetting, and I think we all talked about that. We probably have COVID fatigue. You know, think about this. This started with 30 days to stop the spread. Right. Think about the kind of the irony of that statement. Back in end of March last year.
Yeah.
Right.
And so then we think, okay, we get through this, we get through tumultuous election stuff, then we have a vaccine, people are taking the vaccine, we feel like we're rounding the corner, and then all of a sudden it's no, wear a mask, wear 3 masks, wear as many masks as you can find, and then we get to a place where it's like, okay, everything seems to be calming down. And then it's like, oh no, here comes the Delta variant, and so everybody
and a new administration.
Yeah, and so everybody
that has its problems too.
Everybody is just like at their wits' end about this, and so we thought, part of the thing is just how do you enjoy life today? And so much of this stuff that we worry about is stuff that we really can't affect or change directly. But let's be real honest, most of it doesn't affect you all that personally. For example, we talked about hospitalizations at the start of the show, and it's pretty clear, whatever else you think, if you're vaccinated, you're probably going to come out okay. So get the vaccination. We were also talking during the break about just having some humor and looking at the lighter side. And Jennifer, you were sharing a story that was hilarious. It's I don't want to steal your thunder. Go for it.
So my sister sent me this article yesterday, and I burst out laughing when I got it because I have a thing for llamas.
Uh-huh.
I love my llamas. And the title of the article is Llama Antibodies May Neutralize COVID and Help Prevent Infections. It's actually a real study that they're doing over in Belgium. So it's just proof positive that my llamas rock.
There you go. Yeah, we were talking about the fact that it's a running gag inside the family, right? Because you guys are exchanging Christmas gifts, and it always seems to involve llamas.
Yes, on my side. I'm the llama person. My sister is the animal print
Do
person.
you remember the song "Me and My Llama"?
No.
No?
John, you have to get me that.
Let's see if we can get
I
that.
just remember.
I would love it.
I just remember Rama Llama Ding Dong.
There you go. Oh, I've got
So I'm sure there's
lots of llama puns.
But finding the humor in situations, even
Even
tough
with COVID.
times, is a good thing to do. And so one of the things we're talking with Jennifer Helin with seniors helping seniors of Brevard. We're helping seniors of Brevard.
Good job.
Even I'm having trouble with that these days. And Dr. Kevin Kilday is here with us also with Holistic Health Center. And we were wanting to talk a little bit about an article you've got coming up because, we want to do the best we can. A good, what do they say, a good defense is a good offense. And so maximize your immune system to prevent COVID. Now, you spent a lot of time looking at all the natural paths towards increasing your immune system and all that. What are you finding?
Well, just to pick off where you two left off right before the break, you were talking about hydration, and I just wanted to elaborate on that a little bit. It's very, very important, especially in our hot Florida weather, but also some medications that people take make them more dry. But try to keep this in mind. The rule of thumb is, in the alternative medicine world, is to drink half of your body weight in ounces. So real simple. If you weigh 100 pounds, you really should be drinking 50 ounces of water a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder
how many people really do that.
I wonder I was just going to say, I wonder how many of us actually do that.
Yeah. I mean, that's very important. I mean, it detoxes the system, and it filters out the kidneys, and it's just, that's the rule of thumb in alternative medicine.
Well, you point out in this article, several different areas. You talk about diet, you talk about exercise, you talk about supplements, and you talk about lowering stress. And one of my personal favorites, sleep.
Right. Well, these all have a bearing on our overall health. I mean, of course, they're all common sense. Mm-hmm. The diet, part of the article, I really didn't elaborate, but I just made it plain and simple. Stay away from fast foods, processed foods, and all sugar. I just made it plain and simple. And eat as fresh as possible, vegetables and fruit, and eat organic beef or chicken or fish if you choose that, that type of protein. I didn't want to get into naming diet plans and everything else. It was just plain and simple, common sense, type of eating healthier.
Well, also, and as a business too. I mean, as what you do as Holistic Health Center, you sit down with people individually and you work through their specific requirements, right?
Right. With their, depending on what health condition that they come to me, a diagnosed health condition. I'm not a medical doctor. I don't diagnose, but I do help people with diagnosed medical conditions and help them to improve on on helping that,
right?
The lowering their symptoms, or making them better somehow. and we always address diet. For instance, my cancer protocol always includes a low acid, high alkaline, no sugar type of diet.
Okay.
It's a specific diet.
Okay.
And other ones that are out there that are very good and healthy diet is just a overall general Mediterranean type diet.
Right.
If you're really not looking to lose weight, that's just a really good way to eat. As a Mediterranean type of diet. But when it comes to weight loss, that's a whole different field, and you just need to talk to your medical doctor about that, or just join one of these organizations like Noom or Go Low or Weight Watchers. I mean, they're all credible, and they all offer some good services. Now, exercise. Now, I made a statement in here. This is the biggest complaint of busy people. Okay, it really is.
Yep.
The biggest line is, I don't have the time.
Sure.
All right. I come back is, do you have the time for COVID?
Right. Right.
I mean, it's very important. I mean, it raises immune fighting white blood cells that fights infections. That's the most important thing to think about. And we're only talking just getting out there and doing I tell all my clients, I'm not talking about going and joining a gym and pumping iron all day long. I'm just talking about just going for a brisk walk, out in the sunshine or even a cloudy day, as long as it ain't raining, just a brisk walk, for 15 or 20 minutes, at least 3 or 4 times a week.
So I want to interject here. Last year during COVID, a lot of gyms closed, and a lot of people were upset. The silver sneakers programs and different things, they weren't able to get out. Mom being one of them. And unfortunately, my allergies prohibit me in the springtime of going out too much because it just kills me. So we discovered YouTube for exercise. And you would not believe how many exercise programs, from very basic to really difficult, that there are walking programs. They're fun. There's music. There's dancing. My mom loves to dance. So, we would put on, depending on how much time I had in the morning before I left for work, a 10-minute, a 20-minute, a 40-minute. So there really is no excuse. They're a lot of fun. You find one that you enjoy and keep going. So I've really been recommending that to a lot of our seniors because there are, there's the sweating to the oldies, there's the good old days videos, but there's a lot of really great.
I mean, it increases blood circulation, which gets nutrients to cells and protects the cells.
And it just makes you feel good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And there's one other exercise too that doesn't require a whole lot of time, and it's great on rainy days if you don't want to go outside or if you're time constrained. Is a mini trampoline, a rebounder. A mini trampoline they have found is the best exercise in the world for your lymph system, for instance.
Really?
Right. Because your lymph system does not have its own pump.
Huh.
Okay? So, and they found that, and also, to just 5 minutes just bouncing up and down on a mini trampoline is really equal to about walking a mile.
Wow, we'll have to go out and dig in the garage.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, just 5 minutes is basic jumping up and down.
You could bounce in front of the TV for a half an hour show. I mean, that would be.
You can go online and find. You can really find your beginners stuff. And ones who are, like let's say physically challenged. They actually have exercise that they can just sit on there and just bounce up and down, and that also stimulates the body and the lymph system.
Wow, did not know.
So that's that's a good exercise, and also these small. Even I have them, to work the arms and the legs if you don't get a chance to go out, or if you're just walking, you need to do something for the arms to build a little bit of what's the word, sculpture, I guess, or a little bit of muscle. All right. It's just those little tabletop pedals, you know, and just sit there for 10 or 15 minutes and just and just do the pedals. I mean, it's very, very simple. These are just very simple exercises I found that I use, over the years. And I'm one that just, I mean, I enjoy exercise. I enjoy the health benefits from it, But I'm not one to go out and pump iron for a couple hours or run a marathon or anything like that. I just do, enough to get the health benefits from it.
Yeah, well, we're talking with Dr. Kevin Kilday with Holistic Health Center, and you actually sit down with folks and you kind of work through their particular situation and kind of come up with kind of a plan of attack. And I know you've got this article, Maximize Your Immune System to Prevent COVID. That's coming out, I think you said, the October edition?
Yeah, the October Senior Scene. It's in a competitor's magazine this month.
But you would probably get a copy of this article to somebody if they gave you a call. How do people get in touch with you for Holistic Health Center? Yeah,
my phone number is 321-549-0711. So that's 321-549-0711. I am offering some new things, I'm doing short phone consultations.
Okay.
All right, for a minimal cost. It just depends on how long. We kind of have it structured at like $20 for 10 minutes, $35 for 40 minutes, and then $50 for 60 minutes.
Okay.
So that's how. I used to just have a minimum of like an hour and stuff. But now we're starting to do this more via phone.
Sure.
And one other thing is with supplements that I have in stock, and if you order it by 12 p.m., you get same-day delivery.
Wow.
Wow. Very nice.
That's pretty good. Yeah. So one more time, the phone number to reach Dr. Kevin Kilday at Holistic Health Center.
Yeah, 321-549-0711.
Thanks, Dr.
Do I have
Kevin.
a couple minutes just to go over real fast the rest?
Go for it.
All right. Now, the supplements, there are, without going into a lot of detail, and I don't give dosages over the air or in the articles, you just have to call me, all right? But a good multivitamin, vitamin D, vitamin C, and zinc, and quercetin. Those 5 are good supplements to look into. Or call me, and I have these in stock. Another very important thing, 2 very important things. One is lower your stress. People don't have any idea of how much stress impacts the body. All right? It affects your adrenal gland. It affects your thyroid gland. It affects your immune system. You've got to, so some of the things to take up might be yoga, meditation, tai chi, or enjoyable hobbies like gardening or arts and crafts, things like that, just to get your mind away from what's causing the stress. Okay.
And for a lot of our seniors, that means turn the TV off, stop watching the news, don't have Channel 13 on all day because it's just negative and it's that constant negative.
And sleep, try to get a minimum of 7 hours of sleep, but sleep preparation is very important. Try to sleep in a cool, quiet, dark room. Turn all electronics off.
Makes good sense. Thanks, Dr.
That's it.
Thanks, Dr. Kevin. So also, before we stop and talk about car raffle, just one more time, Jennifer Helin in the studio with us from Seniors Helping Seniors. And how do people get in touch with you?
321-722-2999. And this weekend, you won't be able to get a hold of me because I'll be driving a Dodge Challenger.
Aren't you the cool one?
I can't wait.
So we're going to talk a little bit about car raffle and stuff, and I need you to grab a piece of paper because we're going to throw a lot of dates at you, and you want to keep all this together. And so it's going to be a fun weekend, John.
Kerry, it sounds like before we get into the weekend, we did find the Me and My Llama song.
Oh, my goodness. I'm so excited.
So here we go. Let's give a listen to it.
Me and my llama, going to the dentist today.
Going to the dentist?
I'll tell you what, we'll jack that up here a little bit and get back to that.
We can exit today with the llama.
Who would have thought that? We had a new theme song for the radio show. Okay, well, hey, listen, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about living your best life today, and you've just now added to the quality of your life by discovering another llama song. It's good. So, on to this weekend. Actually, you're right, Jennifer. You are going to be tooling around in a Dodge Challenger.
Woohoo!
One of 4 cars you can win in the Helping Seniors car raffle, and you are going to be actually out Saturday morning, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Actually, Joe and Terry are going to be there as well, as is Marty, who's our business manager. So you guys will just have like a great little team over there.
Marty will be trying to keep Joe and I in line.
Good. That's always good. But it's going to be, listen to this. This is what you probably want to grab that pencil and jot down. So this car show is a fundraiser for Helping Seniors. They're actually going to have snacks and all kinds of great things. It's going to be a fun morning out there, right there on Wickham Road. It happens at True Value Hardware and the Boston Market right next to it. So there's like a parking lot there, True Value and Boston Market on Wickham Road, and that's where all this fun is going to be. You guys are going to have the car out there, but not only that, they tell us that they get 70, 80 like really cool classic cars out there. So if you're a car nerd, you're going to have fun. If you want to see the car that you could drive home October 9th, you're going to have fun. If you want to learn about Helping Seniors and all the work we do in the community, you're going to be there and get that info too. So it'll be a great morning.
Absolutely. Come on out. Join us. It really is going to be a lot of fun. My son, I have a 17-year-old who is a car junkie, so he's planning on coming out with me just to see all of those really cool cars.
It's so much fun. And then listen, same day. So we're talking about this Saturday. I just told you 9 to 1 at True Value and Boston Market on Wickham. But also, we're having the final installment in our Check Out the Cool Cars in the Helping Seniors car raffle. For those that have been following along, you know, your choices include a 2021 Mazda Miata convertible. And so we were all out at Boniface Hires Mazda the first weekend of the month. Then the Kia Sportage. We were out at the lovely new Kia dealership right there on US 192 and checking out the Kia Sportage second weekend. Last weekend, we had big fun out at the brand spanking new, I mean, literally just opened, Boniface Hires Dodge, where we were having so much fun with the Dodge Challenger, just like you will be having fun with the Dodge Challenger this weekend. But this weekend, the fourth Saturday in August, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., we are going to be looking at the Chevrolet Camaro, because that is the 4th car you could choose from, right? Mazda, Miata, Kia Sportage, Dodge Challenger, or Chevrolet Camaro. And as you know, there's a little bit of a rivalry going on between Team Dodge, which you represent, and Team Chevy.
That's why I won't be at the Chevy dealership. I'll be with the Dodge over at True Value. So
we were laughing because like a week or two back, we were filming some clips up at the new Dodge store, and you were there, and Charisse was there from Hibiscus Court, and you two are Team Dodge with your crew chief, Darren Davis of Boniface Hires Dodge, and you guys were getting pointers on all the new things in the Dodge cars and all that. But sneaking in behind enemy lines was Amanda Walker, who was representing Team Camaro.
Yes. But, and we love her. We'll keep her, but I'm keeping my eye on her too.
Yeah, but she really enjoyed the Dodge too. So it's like it's a tough choice. So if they pull your name out of the hat on October 9th, have you thought about which car you're going to take home? And so that's one of the reasons why we do this. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Boniface Hires Chevrolet, right there, Riverfront on US 1. We will be having the Chevrolet Camaro celebration. And what that means is free barbecue while supplies last, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So bring the family out, enjoy a great barbecue lunch done by none other than our pit master extraordinaire and board member, Dennis Mannion. And people are loving his barbecue, by the way.
So I'm going to miss that this weekend, unfortunately, but...
So
I'll keep it for the Dodge.
So that's 11 a.m. to 1. So let's recap. I know there's a lot of information coming here. So Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., True Value, Boston Market Car Show. All of this information, by the way, all you have to do is go to the Helping Seniors of Brevard Facebook page. It's all there. And then 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. is the barbecue lunch and Chevrolet Camaro celebration at Boniface Hires Chevrolet. And then go ahead and put this on your calendar. This is an important benefit you get when you have your Helping Seniors Car Raffle tickets. Mark Pylock, the owner of that American Muscle Car Museum, his amazing collection. I think he's got a car for every day of the year. It's like 2 football fields long, under air. And he's had to double stack cars now because it's just the place is overflowing with cars. It's absolutely amazing. But because we couldn't go in the museum last year because of COVID, he has kindly said, no, listen, I want to make this available to the folks who got the Helping Seniors Car Raffle tickets. So we have a Make Good Day, and we're calling it Sunday at the museum. It happens Sunday afternoon, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the American Muscle Car Museum. All you got to do is bring your 2020 Helping Seniors Car Raffle ticket, and you're in. But listen to this. This is our 5th annual car raffle, so we've been doing this for quite a while. It really helps fund the work of helping seniors. So if you bring any ticket, I don't care if it was the first one, 2017, 2018, 2019, you come in. Don't have one of those? Not a problem. Get your 2021 ticket. You're welcome to come in. So it's going to be a great, fun afternoon, relaxing. They're going to have bottled water, chocolate chip cookies, checking out a nice afternoon. Bring the family out. Each ticket is admit one. One ticket is $25. 5 tickets for $100. And it's all a donation to support the work of helping seniors. And that ticket also then gets you back in on the grand drawing date of October 9th. So your 2021 car raffle ticket means you could, in fact, be driving a new car home on October 9th. So something to think about.
And if you're a car enthusiast, it will take you 2 solid days to really absorb all those beautiful cars in there.
You said it. You said it 100% right. So think about this. For your $25, you're helping seniors. You get 2 days at the museum. You get to maybe win a car, but you got to get your tickets. Kevin, you have tickets, and you have tickets, Jennifer, and we have tickets at 321-473-7770, and you can get them, all the information, helpingseniors.carraffle.com. Well, that's about all the time that we have on today's show for Helping Seniors. Thank you, Jennifer, and thank you, Dr. Kevin, for being in the studio with us, and we'll catch you next week on the Helping Seniors radio program.